welcome to round number 2 recap of the Gatineau Open 2025. If you haven't checked the first round recap, go check it out. But let's start with the second round. I was playing against, again, lower rated opponent. In the first round it was 1900 FIDE. Right now 1948. So you see I'm kind of climbing. So what might happen in the next round? You'll never know, but stay tuned for the next recaps as well. They're going to be very exciting to see. I'm playing with white pieces and start with e4. So Nguyen Tak Mok is 40 years old player. And look guys, when I'm 40, I don't think I'll be able to play against young kids, because at that point, you know, they'll all have chips inside their head, and it's gonna be a tough challenge. But you know, I still appreciate that older players still participate, and it's always fun to play against them too. So I go knight c3, Karakan. I prepared this line before the round. So h3, I saw that he plays bishop g4, and I was like, okay, I'll prepare something. And up until move number 11, it was all my prep. Bishop e2, bishop c5, castle, knight d7, takes, rook e1, knight d7, knight a4, bishop d6, d4. So I took the center. Yeah, my knight on a4 is kind of out of place, but my idea was just to chase the bishop away and play d4. So now he plays queen a5. Not the worst move that could have been made, but it's not the best either. So computer says castle, because queen a5, queen will still eventually go to c7, and you just spend 2 tempos on this moves, while you could just go castle, and my knight on a4 is not doing anything useful. So I go knight c3 back, castle, bishop d3, and bishop d3 is the move to potentially create pressure on king side. Black went for queen c7, and I go h4. I thought I'm gonna h5, h6, and try to push till the end. Knight g6, and now I go queen f5, once again putting some more pressure. So what I was calculating is something insane. So let's say I initially thought of g3, but I just didn't like f5. So what I was calculating next, I saw h5, f4, and after takes, f takes g3, I was just like, what? I thought I'm actually losing here. I didn't see bishop f5, I didn't see that deep. I forgot about bishop f5, but still, you know, computer shows +2, but I don't see +2. I see that my king is wide open, there are no pawns around it, bishop and queen potentially join the attack. I was like, I didn't see bishop f5, because I think it's the only move which makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm able to look at more lines, but yeah, I can't. But it looks like bishop f5 is the only move which keeps the advantage. Otherwise, I'm probably just losing. Let's say g takes h7, yeah, and I'm completely lost. That's what I was calculating. I was like, nah, I don't have a good follow-up for this. So queen f5, just to prevent even some f5 ideas. Now black went for rook e8, trying not to trade one pair of rooks. I go bishop d2, knight df8, now h5. And next move is a bit passive. What we kinda calculated after the game, I saw that he had knight f4, but he mentioned after the game that he didn't like h6. He didn't like h6, and I calculate h6, and I didn't want to play it afterwards, because I saw that black might just play g6, now queen f6, knight e6. It turns out that black are basically holding everything. And let's say if I play bishop f4, rook e6, trying to free up the square, there is simple f takes e6, and there is no longer checkmate since queen now covers g7 square. So it wasn't really an option. But after knight f4, I have to take and play g3. And again, even here, I thought of different bishop g3. After takes, it's, to me, it didn't seem like an easy position to play, because apparently even computer doesn't say that, okay, yeah, white are up a piece, but it's around equal. As you might actually see, like, it's plus 0.2. By the way, going forward, I might do recaps without an engine, so I can kind of show you more thoughts I had, and then we can compare versus engine some of the lines. So knight to 7 was played, and I was kind of happy with my position because this knight will eventually cause black a lot of problems. So I go queen g4, and for queen d7 I go queen f3. So I could play queen f3 immediately, but I just thought that queen g4 creates further threats of going h6, bishop h6. So I was like, maybe to keep it as an option, go this way, but after queen d7, queen f3, we get this position. I still don't let black go knight f5, because bishop and queen protect the square. So what happened was, so queen d7, queen f3, h6. So after h6, there are now multiple. I saw only one plan, honestly. I can't play h6 anymore, so I was like, I gotta create more threats. I gotta maybe put my queen somewhere to f5 and try to checkmate. But now knights are looking very good. But as I said before, this knight on the 7 is causing a lot of problems. And potentially what I found is I might double my rooks on e-file, and it's very hard to protect this rook potentially, because now knight cannot go to f5, knight cannot go to g6, and knight cannot go to c8, since this will be a huge pin. So knight goes to e2, bishop c7, knight g3, queen d6. I didn't understand the idea, bishop c7, queen d6, because now, okay, I mean, I'm not planning to blunder checkmate on h2. Let's say I'm not planning to go knight h1, queen h2, queen h1. So I was very happy. I go rook e2, and now suddenly it turns out that there are a lot of problems. So what we discussed after the game, why not play knight d6 immediately? Because now after c3 there was knight f4, and I thought that, oh, actually we found that rook e7 wins the game. That's a cute tactic, and that's what I saw. But I also thought maybe after knight e6 I have simple queen g4, and still a very unpleasant position for black pieces. So knight e7 was played in the game, and after rook e1, it's a complete disaster on e-file. Complete disaster. So knight f6 right now was the best option. But of course, yes, it is the best option, but look at the pressure white have here. It's just absolutely insane. I can even go something like king f1. It doesn't ruin my position at all, but knight f1 is just slightly better. And then go g3, bishop f4 maybe. Yeah, and I also try to make bishop f4 work, just maybe to go to the endgame, and then it's more or less fine. Rook e6. So king f8 was played, blunder, and now rook e6, and unfortunately the queen is simply trapped. So as you might actually see, sometimes passive pieces can cause you bad results. He played knight e5, and after rook e5 he admitted his loss. Overall, I was very happy with the game. Yeah, he didn't put a lot of pressure on me. I mostly was kind of improving my position slowly, and he made some mistakes. Just to show you for the reference the accuracy of this game, 96.3 for white. I played as 2550 player, and 85.8 for black pieces. They played as 2350. Yeah, I kind of, computer doesn't even show king f8 as a blunder, since the position is already completely unpleasant. And I started the tournament with the god of 2, not a bad start. And in the third round, I was facing against an international master, 2404, Jonathan Han. But we'll talk about that game tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.